NBA on CBS. Today's playoff game is sponsored by Pioneer High Fidelity Components. Pioneer, we bring it back alive. Chevrolet and your neighborhood Chevrolet dealer who invite you to test drive the first Chevy of the 80s, Citation. And by Light Beer, everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
From the McNichols Sports Arena in Denver, Colorado, Tim Ryan with Steve Jones. It is 14-9, the Lakers lead. 7:12 remaining first period. The Denver Nuggets are in white. This is Charlie Scott on the jumper, and that's good. It is 14-11, a three-point Laker lead. This is the third and deciding game. Denver won here at home. The Lakers tied it up at the Forum in Los Angeles. Jabbar on the hook shot, that misses. Following is Wilkes to make it 16-11. Wilkes up front with Ford and Jabbar. Nixon and Boone in the backcourt for Los Angeles. Dan Issel at center for the Denver Nuggets to take a timeout. Thompson and Scott in the backcourt. Bobby Wilkerson and Tom Boswell are the other forwards. And we'll return here to the McNichols Sports Arena in Denver in just a moment. Los Angeles leads by 5. Tim Ryan with Steve Jones here in Denver. The winner of this game today advances against the Seattle Supersonics, and for the loser, the end of the season. Steve, so far we've had 7 for 13 shooting from the field by the Lakers, who are off well.
Well, both teams are off the mark well, Tim. Before we get into this timeout, we'd like to wish everyone a happy Easter today.
Indeed.
And this is a pressure game for both of these ball clubs. Both of them came to play.
Issel covered by Ford, and Ford picks up the foul as Issel started to drive. Let's see it again.
Well, this is an interesting matchup, and one of the problems that the Los Angeles Lakers have tried to adjust to right there. Dan Issel cutting to the basket, gets tripped by Don Ford.
Scott missed. Ford rebounded. Nixon has it up court. The Nuggets are on white. The Lakers in purple. Ford working up front with Wilkes and Abdul-Jabbar. Issel covering Jabbar at the moment. Jabbar off to Wilkes. He's open, and Wilkes hits. 18-11. A 7-point Laker margin. 6:10 remaining first period. Congratulations to Fuzzy Diller for his Masters victory today. Welcome to those who have stayed on to watch this NBA basketball playoff game. David Thompson off the glass, won't go. Boswell rebounding, and he's fouled. Looks like Wilkes will get the call.
Control. It's very difficult to have control. Thompson a little bit out of control right there, and that's one of the reasons that they're down. But Boswell, a man that's always on the spot, Tim, pulls that rebound down, and he's on the line.
Boswell had 19 points Friday with 8 rebounds, doing a fine job filling in for the injured George McGinnis. McGinnis out with an ankle injury. And
interesting thing, Tim, the Lakers already in the penalty, so the Nuggets have a chance to sneak back in this game and really break some of that offensive momentum that the Lakers have built up by killing the clock, coming back, going to the free throw line. They'll try to get a lot of hoops going to the basket now.
The Laker in the lane. Boswell goes again. 18-12, 5:57 remaining first quarter. Boswell hits the 5-point Laker margin. Nixon brings it up. Nixon watched by Scott. Boone to Wilkes. Ford on Boswell. Boswell on Ford, more correctly. Underneath the Wilkes, slapped away by Wilkerson, but Nixon, quick hands, keeps it alive for L.A. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Foul called against Charlie Scott. And a technical added on.
Charlie Scott out of control right now, really upset with that call down there, and this is something that the Nuggets can ill afford to have Charlie Scott get out of control early. They need him in the basketball game. It looked as if there was no contact on that foul in which Norm Nixon got the whistle, but Ron Boone is going to shoot the technical, and the crowd here is very vocal.
Wally Rooney made the call and assessed the technical. Boone hits it, 19-13. There's Donnie Walsh with his assistant George Irvin. Irvin on the right of your screen. Donnie Walsh has done an outstanding job since taking over from Larry Brown. Nixon off the front iron. Issel rebound. Charlie Scott brings it up. Boswell. Scott for Wilkerson. Watched by Wilkes driving off to Boswell. Over Jabbar, too far. Follow is off the mark. Jabbar on the rebound. Fast break, 3-on-1. Nixon off for Wilkes. 21-13, Laker lead.
The Lakers are able to fast break. They've been able to get down and get some quick opportunity shots, and that's the reason that they have the lead. The Nuggets now have to come down and really try to reestablish their offense. They get an easy shot inside, and Charlie Scott wants to work on his offensive rebounding.
Good pass from David Thompson underneath the Scott. Tipped his own rebound, his own shot in, 21-15. Jabbar, that will not count. He was fouled. David Thompson picks up his second foul.
One of the problems that has plagued the Denver Nuggets all year long is they get involved with the officials and kind of lose track of their basketball game. They have got to come out and really establish themselves regardless of how the whistles are being blown, and Jabbar scores again.
Skyhook Jabbar, 23-15. Issel really leaning on Jabbar. Jabbar covering Boswell at the Laker end, a change they made in game 2. Issel over forward won't go. Wilkes on the rebound for the Lakers. Quickly to Nixon. Nixon for Boone. Beautiful pass from Norm Nixon to Boone. 25-15, a 10-point Laker margin.
Well, it's a 10-point Laker margin. The fans here are a little restless, but all they have to do is run their game, and they'll get back in it. The Lakers are going to give them an opportunity to shoot the ball as they will continue to run and try and get the ball up quickly in the early part of the game.
John Ford is on Issel. Jabbar is on Boswell. Thompson hits from outside, 25-17. Jerry West off his bench with instructions for Nixon and a timeout call by the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Lakers off well here in Denver. This is the deciding game. The Lakers lead at 25-17. We have 3:51 remaining first quarter. Tim Ryan and Steve Jones in Denver. 3:51 remaining first quarter. The Lakers lead at 25-17. Ron Boone with 9. Jamaal Wilkes with 7. The Lakers shooting 61%. Laker ball, Nixon underneath to Dantley.
61% on shots just like that, inside, all in that red area, and they've got the Nuggets shooting the ball up from the perimeter, and they're only shooting 39%. That was the difference in the game Friday night. They'll see if they can get them shots just like this they got there.
Issel missed. Jabbar rebound, steal Anthony Roberts, and he hits. 27-19, Laker lead. Dantley in the ball game for the Lakers, off the bench in game 2. He scored 25 points. He is number 4 from Notre Dame. Roberts into the game at forward now for the Denver Nuggets, along with Boswell. Driving is Wilkes. 29-19, it's back to 10.
This is the best Lakers start that they've had in the 3-game series. Tim, they got off the mark very smartly today. They've run their offense. They seem to be very loose, and they're playing good basketball. The Nuggets seem to be very tight and tentative on the other hand.
Issel trying to get it to Boswell, foul. Boone picking it up. Lakers are in the penalty.
And one of the reasons I might add that the Nuggets may be a little tentative is they've never won a mini-series. They've never won a playoff series when they've had to win. Here in Denver, they've had the home court advantage a couple of times in past seasons and have not come to with victories. All of the front office, the fans are a little anxious about what's going to happen this afternoon. I'm certain they'd like to have the score reversed. They'd breathe a lot easier.
On the other hand, the Lakers have never won here. They are 0-7 at the McNichols Sports Arena, and indeed they're 0-8 in road playoff games under Coach Jerry West.
Well, Timothy, my man, something is going to change this afternoon.
Well, I know that Jabbar, among other Laker people, thinks that the percentages have to be with them. Right now they look that way, but there's a long way to go. 29-21, first period. Jim Price in the game, he's number 5, beating Jabbar over Boswell, in and out, rebound Charlie Scott. Scott going for it. Pushing foul called on Wilkes. Price is down.
Jimmy Price is down, and we have a little surprise from the Portland Phoenix as Portland has a little bit of a lead right there. Price went down as he tried to come off of that Charlie Scott drive in the center. Got flipped by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a little bit, and Charlie Scott's leg as he flies by. Scott working his way right down the lane right there. You see Jimmy Price coming by. His knee came right in there, and his knee gave way a little bit on him. And I don't know if that's the same knee that he had the surgery on, but he's awful gimpy right now.
Scott was also hurt in the collision, favoring his right knee as he goes to the free throw line, and the doctor came out to give him a quick check during the injury timeout. 29-21, 8-point Laker lead.
They will all play today. Battered, bruised bodies will all go because for someone there will be no tomorrow.
That's right. That Portland score you saw, A 2-point margin for the Blazers with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter at Phoenix. And that is the deciding game in that mini-series. 2:33 to play first quarter here. Dantley, Wilkes, Jabbar. Lou Hudson in now. And Jim Price, the Laker 5. Scott, Roberts, Wilkerson, Issel, and Mo Ellis in the game for Denver. Laker ball, 29-23. They lead it. Dantley. Good save there by Jabbar. And
a lane violation on the Lakers inside. Kareem was trying to get control of that basketball, and the rest of the Lakers were caught in that red area looking. So the Nuggets get a break, a little turnover, and they get a chance to come back. Charlie Scott comes out of the game, and you can tell it's who's in, Tim. Robert Smith, I think, is snuck in the basketball game.
Number 5 just came in, and he's in the backcourt now with Wilkerson. Issel for Roberts. Roberts won't go. Jabbar on the rebound. Fights for Dantley. Dantley, ball poked away by Smith and grabbed by Anthony Roberts. 2-on-1. Smith going for it, can't get by Jabbar.
Well, he challenged a big fella, but they had a big defensive play back down at this end, and he come right back, and Adrian Dantley pushes off and wipes out that fast break opportunity. They had an open man down there with Robert Smith. He probably should have given the ball up to Dan Issel on the other side.
Looked that way as Smith, maybe thinking Jabbar was going to slide over there, went for the hoop. 29-23. Issel on Jabbar, holding call against Jabbar. Jabbar reacting to Joe Duchesne's call.
Both teams seem to be affected by the officials, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has felt all season long that he hasn't gotten a fair break. He had his hands on Issel. An example of the hand checking right there. Issel doing what he did so well on Tuesday, going by the big fella, and he's on the free throw line. Dan Issel playing some of the best basketball he's ever played in playoff competition.
Issel hits to make it 29-24. On the other hand, Denver people felt that there was only one man in the league who could have 5 fouls and go as long without getting a 6th, as Jabbar did in
Well, on
game 2.
Friday night, he gave up a lot of hoops. They went right at him, but he let the people score. He did the right thing and giving them the baskets, but they had built a big lead, and that was really the margin that saved them.
Well, that was the Denver point of view we enunciated on this. 29-25, 4-point Laker lead.
When you lose, you always have that point of view.
You bet. Steal by Robert Smith, 1-on-1 against Price. A pair of 5. Smith cannot make it, but the follow is good from Roberts.
Well, Robert Smith is yet to score his first field goal right there. He forces another one up on a breaking situation. Price smothers him, and they have the ball.
29-27, the crowd alive here in the Nickel Sports Arena. Jabbar leaning back into Issel. Jabbar stuffing on the baseline. And it looks like Issel will pick up the foul.
Well, right here they call a foul out there before Kareem can get that stuff, and Wally Rooney said, "No, my man, you can't have that."
Dantley will inbound it. It remains 29-27. Price. Watched by Smith. In the lane, Jabbar.
Well, one thing for certain, he came to play today. He's ready. He has a little fire in his eyes, and he's calling for that ball.
Here comes Roberts again, and it's rejected by Jabbar. Out of bounds, it'll be Denver ball. Boy, you said it. He's here to play. And maybe having a little foul dispute like that early is good for his adrenaline.
Well, you know, he's pretty pumped up for this game. He's been maligned in the Los Angeles press. He's been taking a lot of abuse for not having enthusiastic play, but today he's there. He's got a lot of emotion, and he's ready to play. It's going to be a problem for the Denver Nuggets, but one player doesn't beat you. The Nuggets' strategy should be let him get 50 and shut down the rest of the Los Angeles Lakers. They have a chance of winning the game. That also works for the Lakers. And they say David Thompson can't beat them, Dan Issel can't beat them. You shut down the rest of the team, you walk away with the victory.
Holding on Price, Issel at the line. How much significance in the change of coverage in the second game?
Well, I think it was more psychological, more window dressing than anything else. They came out and they were ready to play, and they weren't ready to play on Tuesday. They felt the officiating hurt them, and they came out and made some defensive adjustments.
Jabbar in the corner to feed for Hudson. Dantley. Foul call against Anthony Roberts. 31-28. 26 seconds remaining, first quarter. Dantley at the line. Jerry West coming up to offer his viewpoint and some words of counsel to Jabbar. 26 seconds to play in the first quarter. The Lakers came out hot. They led by 10.
The Nuggets have called back in this basketball game by playing tenacious defense, making the Lakers shoot the ball a little bit more from the perimeter and having to set up a little bit more. Dantley, normally a marksman from the line, an 80%er, misses the first two free throws right there, and he's got his penalty to see if he can get on the board.
Both teams in the penalty here in these final seconds, and that one won't go for him. Ellis on the rebound. Robert Smith comes up with Wilkerson. Roberts and Ellis up front with Issel. Wilkerson, swingman, is now at guard with Robert Smith. Bo Ellis, former Marquette star. Watched by Kenny Carr. Anthony Roberts, in and out. Jabbar on the rebound. So Hudson at the buzzer. And the first quarter has come to a close. And Phoenix has gone ahead of Portland by 2. At the end of one here in Denver, the Lakers with a 3-point margin, 31-28. The situation exists likewise in Phoenix, the deciding game being played between the Trailblazers and the Suns. Denver has not had a lead in this ball game, and they still trail by 3. Kim Hughes in the game, number 35. This is Ellis from Roberts, fouled by Kenny Carr. And quickly with the lineup now for Denver: Thompson, Roberts, Ellis, Wilkerson, and Kim Hughes. Hughes playing with a badly sprained ankle, suffered in Game 2 at L.A. For the Lakers, Carr, Price, Jabbar, Dantley, and Lou Hudson.
Kim Hughes is an interesting story because if he could not play and the Nuggets were to go on, they would have no center, and they'd have to come back with Tom Boswell or Bo Ellis inside. George McGinnis was reactivated so he would be eligible for the playoffs in case he healed from his injury. So they had to have Kim Hughes back. They've done an excellent job of getting him ready to play.
31-31 point Laker margin. Price for Jabbar, watched by Hughes. Backing in, the turnaround is short. Fouled from behind by Bo Ellis. Ellis unhappy with the call. It did appear he made contact.
Well, so far away, Bo Ellis comes right from the side right there, and he just gets him across the arms. He thought he was going to get the block. He thought he had Kareem blocked off, and he didn't see him. And instead, the big fellow's on the free throw line.
Opens it to 2, 32-30. Jim Ryan with Steve Jones, live from Denver. The NBA on CBS, Game 3, the decider. Second one won't go. Ellis rebound.
You know, a lot has been said about this game, but the second units may very well decide this game, and it will be important for both teams to get some kind of contribution from their benches. Bo Ellis comes in with the big hoop from the outside.
Big Bo ties it at 32. 4 points for Ellis. Scoring leader so far is Wilkes for the Lakers with 10. It's steal by Thompson. Thompson on Hudson, and Hudson got a hand on it. It'll be, no! It went off Thompson, according to referee Earl Strom.
Well, David just got a little bit out of control. He really wanted that hoop, and he was making a move to go by Hudson. The ball hit Hudson and then bounced off Thompson's knee.
Still tied at 32. Jabbar mishandled. Roberts takes it. Anthony Roberts from Oral Roberts. From the free throw line, it won't go. Rebound Thompson. David Thompson. 34-32, first lead of the game for the Denver Nuggets. 10:40 remaining in the first half. White brings it up against Wilkerson. Hughes on Jabbar. Hudson for Jabbar. Double team. Jabbar goes to the glass. Foul call. Goaltending. Basket is good.
Well, a lot of times when you play in playoff competition, you don't necessarily think about what's going on. You play on emotion. Kareem takes the ball right there. David Thompson trying to get back and give help, wipes that ball away and gives him a chance at a three-point play. Norm Nixon is in the basketball game again, but this is what playoff competition will do for you. It's very intense, very aggressive play.
Jabbar hitting to make it 35-34. Thompson. Wilkerson in the backcourt. Ellis watched by Kenny Carr. Roberts driving baseline, slapped away from behind by Dantley.
A lot of officials out there. Anthony Roberts trying to legislate for a foul underneath. He didn't get it, so he'll have to inbound the ball.
Roberts to Hughes. Thompson. Hudson all over him. And it'll be Hudson picking up the Laker foul.
Well, Lou Hudson, like Ron Boone and Jim Price, have all suffered the same fate against David Thompson. He has just been able to score at will anytime he wants. They will try to get him some hoops and get him involved in this game and try and build themselves a lead with David Thompson leading the way.
Driving the lane is Thompson. He's short.
The loose ball foul that time on Kim Hughes. He and Kareem went up for that rebound, but Hughes got more arms than Kareem had, and they come up with the ball again for the Lakers.
Laker 1-point margin, 35-34. You mentioned Denver winning the season series 3-1. Both teams had identical records, 47 and 35. When the season came to a close, Jabbar goes to the board, 37-34.
Offensive rebound is something that the Lakers have had very little of. They were one of the poorest teams in the league from that stat. They need all those big hoops they can get from the big fella.
Thompson watched by Hudson. Pulls up. Jumper won't go. Carr on the rebound. Oh, Carolina State star quickly to Hudson. Hudson underneath for Dantley.
That's how the Lakers got that lead. Getting fast break opportunities, getting down quickly, and getting those shots.
4 points for Dantley. Wilkerson, watched by Norm Nixon. Nixon's been outstanding in the first 2 games. And the jumper from Wilkerson is good. 39-36. Lakers by 3. Nixon brings it up. Norman Nixon, watched by Wilkerson. Off in the corner, Hudson back on. Wilkerson rebound. Wilkerson, 3-on-1 break Denver. Off for Thompson, and the pass off the mark. It'll be Laker ball. The Nuggets come up empty, 3-on-1.
Well, that's the difference in this ball game so far. The Los Angeles Lakers have been able to convert on their fast break opportunities. The Denver Nuggets have not. They're going to sit down and have a timeout to find out why.
On with Steve Jones here in Denver. The scoring leader to this point is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 11. He had 32 in Game 2 at L.A. Hudson, Nixon, Dantley, Jabbar, and Carr. The Laker fivesome. Jabbar outside. Issel on him. Battling foul against Norm Nixon on the coverage from Charlie Scott.
Sometimes when you dance, you don't always have a partner.
Scott and Thompson in the backcourt. Ellis, Boswell, and Issel up front. Ellis in the corner for Scott. Scott off the glass, and it won't go. Jabbar on the rebound. Quickly to Nixon. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Hudson to Nixon. Hudson in the corner. For Nixon. Nixon around Scott, turns, and that spins and comes out to Issel. Thompson with Dantley on the coverage, going all the way. Oh, won't go for him. Dantley on the rebound.
Well, David Thompson is just a little bit out of control. He wants this game very badly, and he's trying to get involved, and he's been missing the big hoop.
Hudson coughed it up. Scott with the ball for Denver. Ellis had a clear shot, goes to Thompson baseline. He misses. Ellis after the rebound, loose ball foul. Called on Bo Ellis as he and Jabbar went up for that rebound.
Well, you see someone that hasn't been in a playoff situation before, a little tentative, so he gave it to the money man, David Thompson. He didn't get it, and he hustled in trying to get that ball again, and he gets called. He's got that look, I can't believe it, but he did foul.
Wilson forward, back in at forward for Dantley and Carr. For the Los Angeles Lakers, who lead it by 3, 39-36. They led by 10 in the first period. Nixon watched by Scott. Earlier today, Washington beat Atlanta 103-89, first game of that series. Jabbar, 41-36. San Antonio opened well against Philadelphia with a 119-105 victory.
One thing that the Los Angeles Lakers are doing today, they are establishing their offense through Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They're coming down and going through him every time. Right back at this other end, they come back through the center and Dan Issel, and they try to work, and he gets fouled by Don Ford. There's plenty of discussion about this foul. You see Issel right there, he leans in, but Ford doesn't get in front of him soon enough, so he gets the whistle against him, Los Angeles, and a timeout.
Next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, the premiere of 3-on-3 and returns featuring stars of the NBA past and present, plus show business celebrities. Half-court basketball with a current NBA star, a past NBA star, and a showbiz celeb. And next week, the premiere, you're going to see David Thompson of the Nuggets, Tom Van Arsdale, formerly the Phoenix Suns, and singer Pat Boone against Calvin Murphy of the Rockets, Dave DeBuscher, the former Knicks star, and actor William Devane. That's next Sunday, April 22nd, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, here on CBS. Issel at the line, 41-36, Laker lead.
That's the Denver Nuggets. Donnie Walsh going to play, trying to diagram something for them as they come out of the free throw situation and try to get set up for their next offensive series. Dan Issel gets the first of that free throw.
It's 41-38.
Makes that net music. Those nets are singing. Those are pretty sweet.
Nixon, watched by Scott. Nixon works his way to the left, into Jabbar. Issel on him, all the way over. Wilkes wide open, and he misses. Rebound Thompson, good pass for Ellis. Ellis goes to the board. He had Nixon underneath him, and he came down hard. He's hurt. Back come the Lakers. Boone, jumper, won't go. Issel forcing Jabbar out of there, and the ball taken by Scott, and Ellis just now getting up. Landed very heavily on his hip as he was driving. Play carrying on here. Scott asking referee Earl Strom, is there timeout?
Well, I say,
the bench, should we call it?
Bo, you just have to wait. Bad hip and all. They don't have a timeout. They don't want to wait. Kareem makes a great block.
On Issel, Nixon back. Wilkes on the 2-on-1. It's 43-38.
That's the difference again in the basketball game, is now the Denver Nuggets take that timeout, trying to take a look at Bo Ellis, who came down hard on that hip as he tried to score. The Nuggets have had breaking opportunities that have not cashed in. The Los Angeles Lakers have, and that's the reason that they have the lead. The Nuggets will try to regroup, try to get some kind of offensive control, and cash in on some easy hoops.
Tim line with Steve Jones in Denver, and as you can see at Phoenix, the Suns lead by 1. A tight battle there, the deciding game in that mini-series. The Suns and the Trailblazers. Here in Denver, it's Los Angeles by 5. 5:57 to play first half.
Both of these Western Division mini-series semifinals figure to be a home court series, with the victor being the team that has a home court advantage, but nothing is going to come easy on this Easter Sunday.
Wilkerson from the corner. 43-40. Wilkerson, Boswell, Scott, Thompson, and Issel. The Denver quintet. This is Jabbar. Over to Wilkes. Same play that he was open on earlier. Boswell over there to help out. Wilkes wide open.
That's the one thing that the Denver Nuggets do not want to do. Give Jamaal Wilkes that much time to shoot. He got 26 points on Friday, but they were a tough 26 points. He did not shoot the ball well.
Issel, top of the key, watched by 4. Scott, covered by Nixon. Scott, turnaround jumper, good one. 45-42. 5 minutes remaining.
People forget that that's the great Scott, Charlie Scott. He did not score well at Los Angeles, but he's still a dangerous man with the basketball.
Lakers with their original starters in again. Wilkerson forward up with Jabbar. Jabbar watched by Issel. Steal by Thompson. Ahead to Wilkerson. Wilkerson over Nixon, and foul called on Norm Nixon.
Well, you see Bobby Wilkerson working right here, and this is the one time he should have carried that ball to the hoop, and he didn't. They got the whistle, and they get the ball out on the side. Charlie Scott is grimacing right in front of us. He's in some pain. He doesn't have much weight on him either.
Third foul on Nixon.
Great follow-up by Boswell.
Tom Boswell. 45-44. Lakers by 1. Boone fights now the Laker backcourt. Nixon coming out with 3 fouls. Ford watched by Scott. Out to Wilkes. Abdul-Jabbar to Boone. Hook shot off the glass. Ron Boone.
The Lakers have great offensive movement, better than they've had in any part of the series, and especially very good in a close ball game. They've had a lot of problems in those types of games.
Steal by Ford. 3 on 2. Price blows it up. Steal by Denver. Shot quickly to Wilkerson. Wilkerson jumper won't go. Issel is there, and he misses. Jabbar on the rebound. Price to Ford.
That's the difference in the ball game, Timothy. They have missed those fast break opportunities, and we still only have a 3-point advantage for the Los Angeles Lakers. Nuggets have been doing a good job on the offensive and defensive board to stay in the basketball game.
Wilkerson got that rebound on the miss by Wilkes. This is Thompson. 47-46, 1-point Laker margin again. A tight fit after an early 10-point lead.
Well, you may as well come on out of that coat because it's awful hot in here now.
You said it. 75 degrees in Denver this afternoon, and I bet it's more than that in here. This crowd is heated up along with this game. Wilkes hits 49-46. But Jamaal Wilkes, 16 points.
They've got to get a body on Jamaal Wilkes. They've got to get someone in front of him, either box him and put some defense on him when he's shooting that ball.
Issel, offensive foul, driving right through Don Ford. Earl Strom makes the call. Issel clears.
If you play long enough and you learn how to act, you'll be like Don Ford. That time he did a great block job. Earl Strom went for it, and the Lakers have the ball with the 3-point advantage and 2:47 left in this series.
I thought Ford had position, though, didn't you? No?
Falling down, you can't have position on your back.
Wilkes off the front iron, Scott up for the rebound. Scott for Boswell, watched by Ford, and Boswell drives baseline.
That time he had position.
That time he got called, so what are you going to do?
You see right here, he's in front. He takes that dive, but he had his chest as that shoulder got right in the middle of Don Ford. He may not have been completely set. Earl Strom puts Boswell on the line. Both teams will be in the penalty. The Nuggets are 1 foul away. The next foul they commit will be penalty. The Lakers are there right now.
2:30 to play first half. Dantley into the game for the Lakers. Joining Wilkes and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up front. Boswell, 49-47.
In all fairness to Don Ford, he is one of the better defensive players on the Los Angeles Lakers team, and he's an integral part of their team effort, and they need him playing good team defense.
A pair for Boswell, cuts the margin to 1 again. 6 points for Boswell. Dantley on the baseline driving. Basket counts.
Donnie Walsh is probably saying, please, Lord, don't let him get started this afternoon. He scored 14 straight points in that win that the Lakers had on Friday night, 14 of the 16 that the Lakers had in the second period to help build a 10-point advantage, which really helped build and carry them through that game on Friday night.
Dantley at the line. 52-48. 4-point Laker lead. Scott watched by Jimmy Price. Ford left with 3 fouls. Nixon also has 3 fouls for the Lakers. Ron Boone picks up another Laker foul.
Tom Boswell got fouled, but he wasn't satisfied with the person that they called it on. He wanted on a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He'd like to get in that same situation they had on Friday night when he had 5 fouls and then he had free reign. He scored about 5 hoops going to the basket with license to steal.
52-48. Boswell makes it 49. Tommy Boswell has been doing the job. 6'9", 225 from South Carolina's 4th year in the NBA. A free agent from the Boston Celtics.
They're probably singing that song back in Boston. Please come to Boston, Tommy Boswell.
He played under Donnie Walsh when Walsh was with Frank McGuire down at South Carolina. Obviously, Walsh showing his confidence in Boswell. Scott knocks the pass away from Price. Out of bounds, who's ball?
They nearly had a steal. Charlie Scott's second effort knocked it away from Tom Boswell. Both teams playing excellent defense when they force each other to set up.
Jabbar watched by Issel. That's good. 54 to 50.
Nothing you can do with that, Tim.
No way. Boswell. Stopped by Price. Off to Scott. He's high for the jumper. Off the iron and taken down by Dantley. Price quickly to Hudson deep. Hudson around. Thompson won't go. Thompson rebounds. Thompson a battered man after game 2. His long pass for Issel off the mark. It'll be Denver ball, tipped by a Laker en route.
David Thompson battered and bruised, and not a very good pass that time. Issel would have had a very tough time controlling that pass. Unfortunately for them, Jabbar tipped it. Boswell scores wide open as Jabbar looked on.
54 to 52. It's been tight since the first quarter when the Lakers were up by 10. A minute 8 remaining, first half. Jabbar for Dantley underneath. He's got room. 56 to 52.
Dantley mugged Charlie Scott to get that basketball. They both went for it, and Dantley, very strong, just pulled it away.
Tim Hughes and Robert Smith set the command if time allows for Denver. Thompson double team. Issel watched by Wilkes to Boswell. Wilkerson. Good movement defensively by the Lakers, and it's off the front iron. Rebound to Price. Price brings it up. 35 seconds remaining. Hudson for Dantley. Dantley met by Issel, but it goes. 58 to 52.
That's where Dantley is so tough, right in that red area. And anytime he can get down in there, he's either going to get fouled or he's going to score. The Nuggets are very tentative with their offense. They had some open shots from the perimeter, but elected to pass them up, and they've taken tougher tries.
11 points for Dantley, 16 for Jabbar, 16 for Wilkes. Charlie Scott has 11 to lead the Nuggets. Boswell with 10. 10 seconds remaining, 58-52. Lakers lead it. Scott for Boswell. He's open. It won't go. Good follow by Thompson. Right at the buzzer, David Thompson up there high. Cuts the margin to 4. That brings the crowd to its feet as the Denver Nuggets leave the floor, trailing by 4. The Los Angeles Lakers 58. The Denver Nuggets 54. We're at halftime here in Denver. And Charlie Scott for Denver. Denver brings it up. And we look at the personal foul situation. Nixon got his early, and he's been joined by Ford and Boone. Denver not in any trouble as yet. A turnover immediately by the Nuggets. Grabbed by Norm Nixon with a quick hands. Ford to Boone wide open baseline. He hits 60 to 54. First blood drawn in the second half by LA.
First blood, and probably the indicator of what has happened all day long for the Los Angeles Lakers, getting down and taking those good opportunity shots.
Denver gets it back.
Boswell got that hoop inside. He worked real good. He likes it down and deep, and you'd like, the Nuggets fans would like to see him operating in that red area.
Lakers by 4. Early third period. Boone to Wilkes. Forward top of the key. Little Norm Nixon on Scott to Boone. Nixon. That won't go. Rebound Wilkes. He'll be short. Rebound Wilkerson. Quickly to Scott. Deep for Thompson, driving, and it won't go. Rebound down 4.
David Thompson really exploding, but again, not really under control, and the big fella comes back and puts the lid on his. Missed fast break opportunities have really hurt the Denver Nuggets in trying to climb that hill.
6-point margin on the stuff by Jabbar. Issel driving on Ford. Wilkerson from the corner. Good feed from Issel, 62-58. Wilkes inbounds to Nixon. Nixon brings it up. Issel on Jabbar. Back out for Nixon. Watched by Charlie Scott. On Boone. Using Ford. Boone driving baseline. Fouled. Ball didn't drop for him. It is Thompson picking up the foul. Thompson, his third.
Ron Boone has been the forgotten man for the Los Angeles Lakers all season long, but right now he's coming to the front at an excellent time. They're getting some big hoops from him. He had 11 at the half. He got 2. He's got a chance to come away with 2 more. They'll give him 15.
63-58. John Boone's playoff points. 10:21 remaining. Third period. (64-58). Scott directing traffic brings it up. Watched by Nixon. Thompson comes out top. He's fouled by Ron Boone.
Well, they're trying to get David Thompson the ball in some area where he can work on it. They've done a pretty good job of denying him position on the ball, and Thompson's been a little rushed when he's got it, and that's the reason that he only has 10 points. But he's the type of player that can catch fire at any moment.
Thompson over Boone. 64-60. Nixon waves the play. Watched by Scott. Top of the key. Ooh. Blocked by Scott. Got a hand on it. Rebound Boswell. Wilkerson. Thompson on Boone. Nearly lost it. Fouled by Boone again. Boone thought he had the ball. I think Thompson thought he had the ball too.
Oh, you see right here, Thompson has the shot there, decides to try to get in a little bit closer. He loses control of the ball. Boone reaches in. Nixon comes over to help. The ball is floating around, and they whistle Boone for the foul. He can't believe it.
Fifth foul on Boone. Timeout on the floor. 9:40 remaining here in the third period. The Lakers still lead by 4, 64-60. They hold a 4-point lead, which they had at the half. With 9:40 now remaining, third period.
Well, I'm sure Coach Donnie Walsh told his Denver Nuggets fellows, if we can only shoot 38% and be 4 points down, we got a chance to win this basketball game.
Thompson feeding Charlie Scott. Won't go. Follow is good by Boswell.
Again, a tremendous follow by Boswell, and that's really what keeps them close. Portland still has a 4-point advantage over Phoenix.
Boswell with 14 points. He's 6 for 7 from the free throw line as Wilkes hits. And he continues to be hot. 18 points for Wilkes.
A much better shooting afternoon for Jamaal Wilkes than it was on Friday night.
Boswell driving, Ford on him, and Boswell is going to be charged with the offensive foul.
Well, Boswell makes the great stuff on the other end, but then again, Don Ford doing what he does best, keeping a body between him, man and him, and the basket draws that offensive foul.
Second foul on Boswell. They are lucky he is not in trouble. He has been a key figure so far. Nixon misses. Rebound Wilkerson. Wilkerson bounced back far for David Thompson. Laker ball.
The eye contact was made, but the basketball contact was not.
Nixon brings it up for the Lakers. Nixon, Hudson, Wilkes, Jabbar, Don Ford. The Lakers 5. Jabbar muscled by Issel.
Right there.
High hook.
He's impossible to stop on that side right there, Tim. Anytime he can get over there and swing that hook, no one can help. It's almost automatic.
68-62. Scott, Wilkerson, Boswell, Thompson, and Issel. The fivesome on the floor for Denver. Wilkerson driving, beautiful basket. Bobby Wilkerson. Wilkerson, the third-year man from Indiana. Warren Nixon. Slowly up court for the Lakers. Deliberately setting up. Wilkes watched by Wilkerson. 4. Boswell on him. He drives the lane and comes up short. Boswell rebounds. Wilkerson. To Thompson. Jabbar. The basket is good. And a foul on Jabbar, and he's furious.
Well, David Thompson finally gets the layup. He goes right there. He takes it up as high as he can. Kareem trying to cover that basket, doesn't get it. They say he got him. Kareem objects, saying he got wiped off with that left arm. But David Thompson is on the line and gets 3.
3-point play for Thompson. The crowd on its feet. They love to see him drive over Jabbar, of course, here at the Nickel Sports Arena. 68-67, the Lakers by 1.
What they love even more is being only 1 point down.
You bet. Jabbar watched by Issel, muscled by Issel, and he will pay. Mr. Issel will. There's no doubt about that.
You know, Dan Issel has a very difficult chore inside trying to keep him from getting that position. They call him for bodying.
Played him like a linebacker on that play. Ford uses the screen and hits. 70-67, Lakers by 3. 7:25 remaining third period. Thompson down the lane, broken up by Ford. It'll be Laker ball.
Thompson has not been under control. They need him to settle down just a little bit more, get some offense going. You see he's out of control there. He tries to get that ball to Issel, who's open, but Ford again, keeping his body between man and the basket.
Nixon watched by Scott. Jamaal Wilkes over Wilkerson. Issel rebounding and controls, and Issel very wisely slowing it down to keep control. Now to Scott. Boswell, net by 4. Issel calls on the outside, and he can't make it. Ford will rebound. Nixon up for the Lakers. Ford watched by Issel. Feeds for Hudson. Top of the key, Nixon won't go. Rebound, Charlie Scott. Scott driving, and that won't go. Jabbar rebounding. He throws it right to Boswell. Traveling call down Boswell, and he's upset. He made the interception, could not get control, came down moving.
Well, his own man hit him right there with the ball, and that was really the biggest problem. They really wanted that fast break conversion, making an excellent steal. They don't get it, and we got a chorus of boos. Norman Nixon taking a pause for the cars right there, trying to get a little fresh air. That's called oxygen, Tim.
Well, this is a mile-high city, and athletes in all sports notice the difference when they come here to play, indoors or outdoors. They're still up a mile. It's a warm day outside. It's hotter in here, and it's a hot game with a 3-point Laker lead.
A great deal at stake. You want all the little things that will help you, and if that oxygen is the thing that will get you through the days, and certainly they'll all suck on it a little bit.
Norm Nixon for Jabbar, watched by Issel. Issel holding his ground, Jabbar backing in, turns and hits. 72-67. For Jabbar, that is 22 points. He had 32 points at home in game 2.
He had 32 and was in a great deal of foul trouble. Today he doesn't have the foul difficulties, so you look for him to get the same type of numbers.
He's just reached his average over the last 4 games of 22.2. Thompson, that's off the far rim. Jabbar rebounding, Nixon up. Good bounce pass for Wilkes, and he's fouled by Boswell coming from behind. Excellent pass.
Again, the trend in the basketball game, the Lakers have been opportunists all afternoon. Jamaal Wilkes being the main man in that category. He's come down and gotten in on the fast break. He's gotten a lot of easy scoring opportunities, and he now sits and squats on the line, but he misses the front end of those 2.
Wilkes has 18 points. He had 16 in the first half. 1 for 2, 73-67. The Lakers lead it. The winner meets Seattle. Best 4 of 7. It starts Tuesday night at Seattle.
They are trying to get David Thompson involved offensively. He's had a real tough time.
Good pass by Thompson to Roberts. The follow is good. Thompson was double-teamed. He got it out quickly to the open man, Anthony Roberts, number 21. Issel on the follow made it 73-69. Wilkes driving baseline, and Roberts picks up the foul.
When the Nuggets have a problem, they'll be in the penalty on the next foul with 5:21 to go. That certainly stands the Lakers in good stead. The Nuggets penalty situation is still a couple of fouls away.
Dantley, that's good. Over Boswell. 69 for the Nuggets, 75 for the Lakers. Boswell driving the lane, and he is turned back by Jabbar. It'll be Denver ball. Boswell wants more than that. He wants a foul on Jabbar, but it looked like a good defensive play to me.
Well, he made a good move inside, but the big fella just rose up and smothered it.
Thompson, Issel, over Wilkes. Bank shot, 4-point margin. Lakers 75-71.
You've already made your prediction. This one's going all the way down to the wire.
I think so. That's the feeling I have. I didn't say that while we were on, but I'll say it now. I think we're in for a squeaker. Dantley using Jabbar, and he hits.
Dantley coming out from the perimeter, which is something they've been trying to get him to do all season long. 2 hoops in a row from out there, and he'll be very effective if he continues that.
Thompson for Scott. Scott watched by Nixon. Jumper won't go. Rebound Wilkes. Open is Dantley. No mistake. 79-71. 8-point margin. Lakers open it up some. They led by 4 back. They led by 10 back in the first quarter. Thompson, Roberts, Scott, Issel, Boswell for Denver. Hudson, Dantley, Thompson hits. Hudson, Dantley, Jabbar, Wilkes, and Nixon for the Lakers.
They came back with a 1-on-4 situation with Thompson going solo at the top just so they could get him involved offensively.
Norm Nixon from the top of the key. That won't go, and Big Dan Issel has it. Out for Thompson. Thompson quickly down court. Scott is open. Scott off the glass, and that's good. 79-75. Denver makes a pair in a row.
Don't go away.
Don't go away. Earlier today, Washington over Atlanta 103-89. San Antonio over Philadelphia 119-105. Seen in some parts of the country here on CBS. Timeout is called with 3:27 remaining. In the third period, the Lakers by 4, 79-75. Adrian Dantley had 25 points in Game 2. He has 17 points thus far in Game 3 and has hit his last 7 in a row from the field. Abdul-Jabbar has hit his last 8 in a row from the field. He was a 32-point high man in Game 2, and he has 22 points so far here today. 3:27 remaining in the third period. Tim Ryan with Steve Jones live from Denver, the NBA on CBS. The winner goes on to meet Seattle. The Lakers lead by 4. Nixon to Jabbar. Wilkes outside over Roberts off the front iron. Good rebound. Scott 2-on-1 ahead to Roberts. Roberts is met by Nixon. Banks it beautifully. Anthony Roberts. Excellent shot against the defense of Nixon. 79-77.
They got out quickly, but that time Nixon got back to cut it off and made him pull up and shoot that perimeter shot. They got it down.
Jabbar inside from Nixon. Trying the baseline. Roberts comes to help, and it won't go. Good follow by Jamaal Wilkes.
Well, Roberts was a little bit upset because he came to give help, and Wilkes was his man. They had a chance to rebound as they made Jabbar break that streak of 8 in a row.
81-77. Scott watched by Norman Nixon. The ex-Laker Charlie Scott off to Issel. Issel is watched by Wilkes.
They are looking for David Thompson. Charlie Scott ends up taking it from downtown.
Whoa, would he like 3 points on that score? Change the rules. 81-79. Scott from outside. 2:13 to play. Driving is Dantley, and it's rejected by Boswell. 3-on-1 Nuggets. Scott with the ball. Scott off the glass. And it is an offensive foul against Charlie Scott, and he is livid. The basket does not count.
They got to get Charlie Scott out. He is really upset. He comes in from the right side right there. He jumps up and down and jams his ankle, and he injures himself because of it.
Scott picks up his second foul. Wilkerson into the game. 2 minutes remaining, third period, 2-point Laker lead. A 3-on-1, they came up empty again.
Again, that's been their problem. The failure to convert.
Lou Hudson misses on Dantley's rebound try. This one dragged down by Roberts. Anthony Roberts to Wilkerson. Crowd alive here at the McNichols Sports Arena. A 2-point margin, a chance to tie. Thompson with the ball, watched by Hudson. Thompson, it's good, and he's fouled. A chance for the lead. Hudson picks up the foul. Thompson is already on the line awaiting the ball.
They have only had this explosive moment once before. The crowd is now on their feet. They think the Denver Nuggets have finally got all the way to the top of that hill, and David Thompson now on the free throw line may carry him over.
They have led only once, I believe. And Thompson has them in front, 82-81. Jabbar, Dantley, Wilkes, Hudson, Nixon on the floor for L.A.
The one thing that we have to point out, Tim, is the Los Angeles Lakers have lost more one-point ball games than any other team in the NBA this season. Nixon hits from out there. They have a very difficult time in close ball games, especially down the stretch.
Excellent point. The facts speak for themselves over the regular season. Thompson. He's short. Here's a breakaway for Nixon. Nixon, and he misses as Thompson came from nowhere. David Thompson came from nowhere to get a piece of that.
Well, it was a goaltend. He tried to come over the top. They give the Lakers the basket and a three-point lead. 55 seconds left. Thompson got fouled on the last perimeter shot he took, but he got no call.
Wilkerson, 85-84.
Little things that you look for is control and poise, and it seems that the Nuggets have been rattled by the lack of calls going their way officiating-wise.
Nixon watched by Wilkerson. Now using Jabbar. Back toward the baseline. Back iron. Rebound Wilkerson. Wilkerson sets it up. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 18 seconds remaining in the period. Lakers by 1. Denver wants to lead at the end of 3, and a foul called on Adrian Dantley against Anthony Roberts.
Well, not the best foul for Dantley. That high out on the court. There's 11 seconds left in the period, and certainly Jerry West did not want to give them a free shot. They will get the ball back, however, but the Nuggets could have the lead.
Lakers in the penalty. Roberts on the line, and he hits. We're tied at 85. Jerry West. Stan Albeck looking on with some concern. Both coaches are going to have a lot of concern right to the wire on this one. Roberts has Denver in front by 1. Nixon calls the play. Watched by Charlie Scott. In the corner, it's Hudson. Rebound on the air ball, grabbed by Kim Hughes. As the buzzer sounds, the Nuggets have the 1-point lead. Let's see it again.
See right there, Charlie Scott comes down. Now, he should have given the ball up. He decided to take it in himself. Nixon was not set. Wally Rooney calls it. Now, look at Charlie Scott. And he jams his ankle right over there as he jumped up and down.
Meanwhile, Hughes fielded the air ball. Tough defense by Denver at the end of 3. They now lead the Lakers 86-85. The NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. It is Laker ball. We are just underway in the final quarter in regulation time. Lou Hudson hits. 87-86. The Lakers back in front by 1. Tim Ryan and Steve Jones live from Denver. The NBA on CBS Game 3. These teams are tied at 1. And today we'll decide who goes on to meet Seattle. It could not be closer. We have a whale of a ball game here in Denver. Wilkerson won't go. Jabbar rebounds. Nixon back quickly to Ford. In the corner, it's Hudson. Top of the key, Nixon. Jabbar very slow to come down court. Nixon looking for him, couldn't find him.
Charlie Scott is still injured and hobbling out there on the court, and he's going to take a seat. Robert Smith comes back in, but Norm Nixon, a big player for the Los Angeles Lakers all season long, uses his speed and quickness to get to the free throw line. He's sliced between 2 Nuggets. See Charlie Scott hobbling off and sitting down, and Nixon on the free throw line.
Boswell was the man who committed the foul, his 4th. 87-86. Nixon, 88-86. Robert Boswell, Robert Smith, Kim Hughes for Issel, and Wilkerson, the Denver foul.
This is the only quarter that counts when that final score is put up, and the thing that you have to look for is control. Which team will have control of themselves out on the court and run their offense and their defense.
Adrian Dantley fouling Robert Smith away from the ball. Each team with 1 team foul here in the 4th quarter. Roberts driving past Dantley, 88-88. For the Lakers, Nixon, Hudson, Dantley, Jabbar, and Ford. Ford with the ball, number 35. Jabbar watched by Kim Hughes. Tipped by Robert Smith and fouled on the play. The foul is on Kim Hughes.
You know, we have to point out, as you see Kareem come across the middle, is trying to work. Now, the ball just comes free. Hughes came down. The officials from the other side did not see, but there was no contact. Kareem is on the line, but we have to point out the reason for all of the moaning and belly aching by both teams. This is it for somebody. Summer vacation starts right now.
Jabbar misses the first. Still tied. He makes the second. The Lakers by 1. 10-16 to play in regulation time. Robert Smith brings it up. Scott left lifting. Boswell to Wilkerson. Wilkerson won't go. Back iron rebound, Jabbar. He's got Hudson open, had to wait for the pass. There's still 3-on-1. Hudson hits over Smith. Well, 91-88.
That's a tough shot to take right there when there's two other guys ahead of you and both of them stand underneath the basket. But Hudson, a great scorer throughout his career, felt confident.
Anthony Roberts missed a mile. Robert Smith on the rebound. He chucks it up. Ford bats it away. Here's Hudson alone. Excellent pass.
Every time the Los Angeles Lakers have broke out in front, they've done it by offensive basketball, quick opportunities, and that causes the Nuggets to take a timeout. They want to have some kind of discussion to see if they can put a hold on that and make the Lakers come back and set up every time down. That way they'll stay in the basketball game.
Lakers by 5. In line with Steve Jones, Denver, Colorado, 9:22 remaining in regulation time. In the third quarter, the Nuggets outshot the Lakers, and they outscored them, 32-27. As we look at that Portland score, they're still ahead of Phoenix by 4. But now the Lakers lead in this game by 5, 93-88. Issel, banker off the glass, 93-90. David Thompson had 10 points in that third quarter. For Denver, he now has 20 on the game.
Donnie Welsh in that timeout, he called his team together, tried to caution them to slow down, get themselves under control. They come out and they get a hoop, and now they're playing very tenacious defense.
Nixon driving on Scott. It'll be Laker ball. Jabbar with 23 points. Wilkes with 21. Dantley with 17 for the Lakers.
Charlie Scott limping badly, but does a good defensive job right here to stay in front of Nixon and get his hands on the ball.
Laker turnover, 8:51. Lakers by 3. Scott, Thompson in the backcourt. Wilkerson comes out from behind Issel. Boswell to Issel, and boy, he just barreled through Don Ford.
Well, that time Ford had tried to get around in front of him, and he didn't have his body, and Issel realized that, and he wheeled, and Ford tried to take the dive. You'll see right there he has it. Ford is never set, but he bails out. The officials don't go for it.
He spends a lot of time on the seat of his pants, Don Ford.
Got some springs on his back.
Sometimes intentionally, other times because he's doing the deed. Thompson off the glass, 93-92. 1-point Laker margin. Long way to go. Nixon. Watched by Scott. Jabbar.
Notice the types of shots the teams are taking. Tight and in close. Thompson's jumper, Issel's jumper, both in close. Kareem took right around the 5-foot area. You can't lose when you're shooting right in there.
Jerry West and Donnie Walsh, no doubt both saying the same thing. Thompson off the back rim. Dantley rebounds. Hudson. Nixon. Dantley checking with Jerry West for the play. Hudson driving. Ball would not go for Hudson. The foul is called on Dan Issel.
Correction, the foul is on number 44, Dan Issel.
Issel's fourth.
Well, Lou Hudson surprised everybody, including David Thompson. Normally a perimeter player, especially at this age. He took that ball, made one fake, and came to the hoop, and he's on the free throw line. Dan Issel reached in, didn't appear to touch him, but they whistled him for the foul.
Hudson makes it 97-92. The 13-year man from Minnesota. Scott brings it up for Denver. The Nuggets in white. Wilkerson to Issel. Boswell. David Thompson. Hudson as close as he can be to him. Scott, he's got room and he hits it. 97-94.
One thing we have to say about Charlie Scott, very courageous. He is really limping very noticeably. The Lakers have not decided to try and take advantage of him defensively yet.
Jabbar speeding underneath for Dantley. Boswell committed a foul.
Dantley wanted that hoop as they moved inside. Good ball movement by the Lakers. They came inside to the big fella, and Dantley moves well without a cutting pass inside.
Lou Hudson driving the lane over Thompson, won't go. Issel rebound. Scott. Wilkerson. Jump ball.
Good play that time. Again, the Nuggets' failure to cash in on a breaking opportunity. A 3-on-2 right here. It comes to the other side, and he goes up. Wilkes gets his hands on the ball right there and covers it, and they get a jump ball situation. The Nuggets come away with nothing.
Issel. 97-96. Lakers by 3. The big guy going to the glass. He's got 17 points. Thompson, the Denver leader, with 22. Timeout is called by Los Angeles. They maintain a 3-point margin. 6:47 remaining in regulation time. Lakers 97, Denver 96.
You said
Jim Ryan with Steve Jones in Denver. By counting with my fingers during the commercial, I have corrected my mistake. The Lakers lead by only 1. 97-96.
I think this crowd has finally gotten to you. It's been a close game all the way. You may have to come out of that coat and get right now. We're down to the last 6 minutes, 47 seconds. Anybody's ball game. The Lakers are by 1.
It is Laker ball. Inbounds. Boone to Nixon. Ron Boone in the backcourt again with Nixon. Jabbar feeds off to Wilkes. Wilkes and Dantley up front with Jabbar. Wilkes in the corner. Jabbar, good feed for Wilkes. Fouled. Charlie Scott.
Almost excellent team defense by the Denver Nuggets. That time they forced the ball to go back outside. It comes inside right here. Wilkes makes a fine move. It doesn't look like there's any contact until Charlie Scott brings that arm down. And that's how Jamaal Wilkes gets to the line. Again, Charlie Scott in tremendous pain out here in the middle of the court sitting down.
Third foul on Charlie Scott. He signaled to referee Earl Strom that he wanted the injury timeout. He just sat down out there, and the physicians are out attending him.
Well, he hurt that leg when he went up on that driving opportunity. In disgust, he jumped up and down, jammed his ankle. He's been limping around ever since then. The last time down, he tried to jump. He extended himself, and he may have injured himself again.
I think he may have hurt it even earlier in the game in a collision. NBA playoff action continues on CBS next Friday night, 11:30 Eastern Time, and then again on Sunday at 1:30. Check your local stations for the games to be seen in your area. 98-96.
That last foul, a very costly one for the Denver Nuggets. For now, the Los Angeles Lakers are in the penalty with 6:33 left.
6:33 remaining in regulation time. 3 to make 2. Here's the third. A 2-point Laker margin. It's good from Wilkes.
Now we got your 3-point ball game, Tim.
Yes, I knew they'd get back to it at some point just to make it look good. 6:28 to go. Scott brings it up. Wilkerson, Thompson, Roberts, Issel, the rest of the Denver 5. Batted away by Jabbar. Out of bounds, off the Laker, I believe it'll be Denver ball, as Ron Boone got a hand on it.
Well, interesting again. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar checking Bobby Wilkerson on that last time. They try to go right to the hoop. He's going to try the same thing.
And he makes it. Wilkerson.
And he gets the foul.
3-point chance to tie for Wilkerson.
Right there. That's the first block we saw there. and they get the ball right back, and Boone tries to come up with it, and he doesn't. They call white ball. Wilkerson got it back right in the same position, came down the line, going to his right, but he misses the free throw. We got no tie.
99-98. Nixon brings it up. Dantley.
The Nuggets would like to see this ball come up from the perimeter.
Wilkerson rebounds on the Dantley miss. Scott in the lane. Charlie Scott.
Oh.
No basket.
Joseph Hughes says no, but Charlie Scott was up and down. He has to have some place to come down. Right there, he's there, and you see Dantley sliding over all the way. Not a good call.
Big play there. The Lakers maintain their one-point margin. Nixon. Jabbar, watched by Issel, gives to Dantley driving. Thompson, I believe, is the man. Yes, he is committing a foul. David Thompson.
Right there, good movement by Dantley and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Thompson coming over to try to give help. Didn't look like there was any contact, but it did look like it was goaltending, but they put Dantley on the line. And again, that play down at the other end, very costly for the Denver Nuggets. Another foul on Charlie Scott, and he's a little bit out of control. He's still hot about it. Dantley's on the free throw line.
I was expecting the goaltending call on that play as well, Steve.
Well, it shows why we're over here.
Dantley hits 100-98. Meanwhile,
Phoenix finally slipped ahead.
Gone ahead of Portland at home, 88-80. That is the deciding game there. The winner plays Kansas City. Dantley, 101-98.